YouTube, how are you now? Sean here from the EDC Den. Welcome back to the channel, one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are taking a look at a knife from CJRB, and this is the Feldspar. The Feldspar comes in two different sizes. This is the larger size, so the full size CJRB Feldspar. Before we jump into this knife, guys, I just want to remind you to please subscribe to the channel. We do have a giveaway coming up for 750 subscribers. We should hit that milestone in a couple weeks, so please subscribe to the channel for your chance to win. That will be coming up. More details on that soon. Another video coming up on the channel. I picked up a couple of CJRB knives. Got them right here, so we'll take a look at my selections and go over these nice little CJRB knives. Back to the CJRB Feldspar. This is my first knife from CJRB. Great looking knife here. This is an EDC knife. It's a medium to heavy duty EDC knife. And this knife for me, it will compete for pocket time in my rotation with a couple of other similar knives. I'll show those now. The Spyderco Paramilitary 2. One of my main kind of heavy duty folding user knives, and also the full-size Benchmade Griptilian. Just a little size comparison while we've got them out. I'll also show it next to the QSP Penguin, which I picked up recently. So you can see the Penguin is significantly smaller, kind of in a different size class. This knife has D2 steel and G10 handles. You can see I went with the natural G10. This is the undyed natural jade, they call it. What do you guys think of this color? I really like it. I really fell in love with this color when I first got my Spyderco Leaf Storm here. You can see it's two different shades of the natural jade G10, but it's a pretty nice, unique looking scale option. In my opinion, I think you kind of love it or hate it. If you don't like it, you always have the option to take these off and dye them, since these are not dyed yet. But there is just a little comparison to the colors with the Spyderco Jade G10. These are the only two knives that I have with this natural G10 color. You can see it is heavily smoothed out with just a little bit of texture left. Nice little brass color pivot collar, most likely aluminum. Nice ergos here on the Feldspar, definitely room for a full 4-finger grip without using the front choil area. So there's my medium-sized hands. It's comfortable. I do feel the pocket clip just a little bit. That's really going to depend on your hand shape and hand size. Not too bad for me. This front choil area, I wouldn't go all the way with your finger gripping it. You know, in your middle knuckle, you're definitely going to be riding on the blade a little bit. So I think this is more for a pinch grip. Just with the tip of your index finger, you're going to have a lot of room there. Not really in danger of hitting the blade. You can cut your rope or open your package with a little pinch grip. Otherwise, it's perfectly comfortable with your 4 fingers at the back of the handle. And we've got nested steel liners. They are skeletonized on this one side, not on the side with the liner lock here, but I do like how they are nested in there. Good looking blade here with the stone wash, nice sharpening choil, also a bit of a front finger choil. We'll get to that in a minute. Very nice acute tip. Flat grind, not a full flat grind. You can see some of the blade stock up here, but it is a flat grind from that point down. This is on bearings. It's got really nice action. A great detent. The blade just really flies out of the handle once it clears the detent. It's really easy to get this blade open. It opens reliably pretty much every single time. I don't love really the slow roll with this one. It's a little bit sketchy. It's a really strong detent and the blade wants to fly out, similarly to how I showed in the QSP Penguin video. Just you really have to make sure you have a good grip on it and controlling that blade with your thumb. So I do definitely recommend a flick opening for this one. Much easier that way. But yeah, the blade really does fly out there with this combination of strong detent and also the bearings. I go back and forth on bearings. The action is nice for sure, but sometimes I do prefer just washers. I have this Almar knife here, Almar Serre 2000, another liner lock thumb stud knife. And the action on this is just so buttery smooth. Definitely a drop shut kind of knife. And that's just, I think those are like Teflon washers or something. Nothing too fancy for sure, definitely not bearings, just some good old washers, and this is one of my smoothest knives that I have. So the bearings, they're nice and smooth as well. They are kind of buttery smooth, but you do feel a little bit of the rotation on the bearings, just a little bit. So it's kind of like it's buttery smooth. You know when you have the butter sitting around for a little while, it's got the toast crumbs in it. I feel just a little bit of toast crumbs in my butter with this one. It does drop shut. It is nice. It's definitely buttery smooth, but it's just the butter with the crumbs in it. The Almar, on the other hand, that is just a fresh stick of butter. No crumbs, just all butter. My American friends get to consider this a budget knife. I'm up here in Canada. They're not quite as affordable as in the US. My QSP Penguin that I think I paid $42 for, definitely considering that QSP Penguin a budget knife. It's under $50 and that sounds budgety enough for me. This CJRB full-size Feldspar, it was closer to $60, maybe like $58. That's real money. I don't think that's super budgety. It is for some people. Of course, the term budget is on a spectrum for all of us, and you know, in that $60 range, I don't consider it a budget knife, but I do consider it a fair price and a good price, and it is worth it. I really like this knife a lot in the small amount of time that I had it. I do think that it can compete with my paramilitary 2 to some degree and help extend the life of some of the knives that I've spent more money on. So for that, it is great. I'm definitely going to get my $58 worth. So that's kind of where I stand on the price. Not quite a budget knife for me, but still a very fair price, a good price. And a knife that I think I'll get a lot of use out of. I think I'll have this one for many years. The build quality is excellent. There's no blade play at all. Everything's put together very well. Perfect centering. Here's the pocket clip on the back. It works very well. Everything is flush, so it slides in the pocket perfectly. The pocket clip is inset and the screws are flush. Nice and deep carry, a lanyard hole. Here's the markings on the back side of the blade. You've got the D2 steel with the model number on top, or sorry, the serial number on top, and then just a little marking of China there on the tang. There's the liner lock, nicely engaged. So there it is, guys, the CJRB Feldspar. What's feldspar? Is that a type of mineral or a stone or something? I think I read that somewhere. I'll have to look into that. I bet a lot of you guys have these. Are you liking them? Michael Morgan, did you get yours back yet? You've got yours all modded out. That must look amazing. I would love to see that somehow. there it is, guys. Let me know what you think of this Feldspar. We'll see you soon in the next video, guys. We'll take a look at those Civivi knives. We'll talk a little bit more about the 750 subscriber giveaway. So please stay tuned to the channel and have yourself a great day. Take care, everybody. Talk to you soon.